Truth revealed how IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu outshone his master Uwazurike and became famous. The truth every Nigerian youth should know about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Radio Biafra, and the existence of the Republic of Biafra. What you are about to read or listen to is a compilation of verified facts and events that brought IPOP leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the fame he is clinched to. Truth be told, Nnamdi Kanu owes his rise to fame to his constant hate speeches, an adulterated version of Judaism, brainwashing of the youths, and the help of the Nigerian government. My declaration. I declare that I, as an Igbo man in my country Nigeria, will never apply sentiment to this very article, as my own intention is to enlighten my fellow Igbo youths and Nigerians at large who are causing more harm to the progress of Nigerian through tribalism. The first declaration of Biafra among the Igbos, late Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, is respected for many reasons. He is seen by most as the father of the Igbo nation, the man who fought to lead them out of a failing experiment and into a nation of their own, what would become the ill-fated Republic of Biafra. For the few surviving soldiers who fought under his hand in the war that followed, he was a father and a leader. For the generation that came after, those who saw him in documentaries and read of him in books, he is the symbol of lost values. A throwback towards the ideal Igbo man should be strong, informed, industrious, and fearless. Perhaps more than anything, Ojukwu's defiance is what has made him a deity of sorts among the Igbos. When he declared the Republic of Biafra, Eastern Nigeria was in the disadvantage in repopulation, finance, military power, and everything that would matter in the months to come. Looking back now, many years later, everyone are well aware that the odds were not in late Ojukwu's favor. But it is clear that the decision was made in spite of the circumstances, not because of them. It was in an attempt to draw from the above sentiment that a certain London-based radio broadcaster from Abia recruited Radio Biafra and began a campaign to whip up the undead desire for secession. Nnamdi Kanu was born Nwanikenya Kenny Okukanu on September 25, 1967 in Isiama, Afara, a town in the area of Umuahia, the capital of Abia State. He attended Liberty Avenue Primary School, Umuahia, before stepping up to the town's government secondary school to continue his education. Kanu spent the foundation of his life in the Igbo land. He must have been exposed to more emotionally influenced interpretation of the war and the circumstances that surrounded it. From older soldiers and superiors, beyond that, there is enough to suggest that he was born close to the nucleus of the war, both in location and ideology. His father, late King Eze Israel Okukanu, conveyed much needed aid to soldiers and civilians during the Civil War. Not far from the Kanu's family home is what is left of what used to be headquarters of the Biafran army, where his family claims late Ojukwu once spent a couple of nights. Kanu being born at a time when the war was a very recent memory, the perspective he was afforded would have been fresh and relatively untouched by time. Kanu would go on to study at the University of Nigeria in Nsukka after secondary school, but after a series of strikes, he crossed the seas to London, where he claimed he finished his tertiary education. There is no proved information on what university he attended or what course he studied. He made his home in Sadler's Close, Peckham, an area in London that is also known as Little Lagos for the large number of Nigerians who live there. The self-proclaimed leader of Biafra holds a British passport that guarantees his entry into the United Kingdom at any point that he wishes. It is not clear how Kanu spent most of his time in London, but what he do know is that it was while he was here that he first became involved in the fight for Biafra. There are reports that he joined the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra Masob, the major face of Biafra at the time, and became a favorite of its leader, Uwazurike. At that time, Uwazurike was a marked man in the face of the Obasanjo administration. After several excursions with his newest friend, the Department of State Service (DSS) starting in 2003, he was aware that he could only find success with a new approach. That new approach was Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra has its origin as a pirate radio station that broadcast propaganda during the Civil War from a studio mounted on a jeep, a measure that the war and hovering warplanes made necessary. Uwazurike brainchild was intended for a similar purpose, a medium of spreading the message and ideals of the secessionist country to Igbo people and apologists across the world. The station was to broadcast from a location outside Nigeria that the federal government would have no control over. Because of Kanu's residence in London, his eloquence and his relationship with Masop leader, he seemed the obvious choice for the role. It was in 2009 the Radio Biafra became successfully in existence, but Kanu had other ideas. In the weeks that followed, he took charge of Radio Biafra and from his council flat in Peckham went rogue on Masop. This decision would also have implications when he, alongside other disgruntled members of Masop, formed a splinter group, what we know now as IPOB, short for the Indigenous People of Biafra. History has proved that it is near impossible to instigate widespread rebellion or upheaval without some sort of propaganda, machine, or media. Thank you for listening to this news. My viewers, I want to tell you this, that Nnamdi Kanu never took or hijacked any position from anyone. As far as I'm concerned, Nnamdi Kanu only took over from Uwazurike when he feels Uwazurike is not doing it right the way he's supposed to be doing them. You see, if you watch it very well, the coming in of Nnamdi Kanu made Biafran known in the whole world, made Biafran to be accepted and recognized by all and sundry. That international organizations today knows Biafra and accepts Biafran and wishing and willing to endorse it is as a result of Nnamdi Kanu's action. So that Biafran will be actualized today is all by Nnamdi Kanu's positive moves. My viewers, your comments concerning all that I've just said now are very much important. Please don't hesitate to leave them behind. click on the subscription buttons as well as bell buttons to get updated whenever we upload any new videos. Thank you.